Hello and welcome to a GameSpot Plays double header. I'm Danny Dwyer, joined by the only other person in this office who can speak to soccer games, football games, Mr. Eric Taylor. How you doing, sir?
Hello, Danny. Yep. Back again. Was here 1 year ago.
Yeah.
For FIFA.
Every year, dive into the marketing department to get your ass out so
I got it on my calendar, 2016, September. I'll be back again.
Maybe that'll be the year that Pro Evo is better than FIFA. Maybe it's happened already.
Who knows? When this airs, FIFA score will or will not be up yet.
I don't know. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see about that. You have to go to GameSpot.com to see it. So it is a double header because we're going to do Pro Evo now, 15 minutes of this. Also, there's going to be a GameSpot Plays for FIFA 16, so you can go check that out as well. But here we are on the home screen of Pro Evolution Soccer 2016, which is a game that has got 9 out of 10 on GameSpot. People are very excited about it. I play every Pro Evo every year. Last year's one was pretty solid as well, based on this engine, this template. But this one certainly, I guess, sort of reaching parity with a lot of the mechanical stuff on FIFA. But then I think on top of that, evolving in a lot of interesting ways. Let's just get all the, I guess, the mode stuff out of the way early, right? So you can do an exhibition match, of course. The online stuff, very popular in the online Pro Evolution community, which is still incredibly strong. The Champions League license, of course, sits with Konami. They have also got the Copa Libertadores, the Europa League, and a couple of other ones. You can make your own leagues and cups, of course. And then they have the My Club stuff, which is, I prefer the... I always forget the name of the...
Ultimate Team?
Master League stuff. But yeah, this is kind of their Ultimate Team, I guess. The My Club stuff is a bit more. The Master League, of course, is in there as well. And then a couple of extra bits and bobs. In fact, the UI for this kind of reminds me of last year's FIFA game as well.
Yeah, they seem to be getting a little bit more closely aligned with FIFA. Which
weird.
Is not a bad idea because FIFA is, for the last, 6, 7, 8 years has been the dominant.
Yeah, they've been great games. But the most important thing, of course, is the on-pitch action. So what I'm going to do is play half of a game against the AI, and then we'll get you in for the second half.
Sure.
All right. So obviously, as well, the one thing you'll notice is that the licenses don't exist. Unfortunately, Arsenal, my team, is.
Wait, what's the only team with the license in the Premier League?
Oh, it just so happens to be the guys you support.
That's right. What a coincidence.
Oh my God. They've got a couple of other ones, obviously, like they don't have the same problem with the Eredivisie. It's there. They have a bunch of Spanish teams as well.
What's under other European teams?
Yeah, it's weird actually, because they've got this PU league, which has got some interesting ones. Other European teams, I didn't know this. I know, apparently there's a Belgian team that's got a Native American on the front.
Who knew?
Bayern Munich, of course, Olympiacos. Yeah, so like extra little bits and bobs. They have a bunch of the Spanish teams, of course, Barcelona, Betis, like everyone's basically in here, Getafe, Malaga and everything. So how about we do I don't know. What do you think? We'll do I'll put United on the other side so you can play them.
Oh, jump in on the second half?
Yeah, and let's say I'll be Real Madrid for why not? As much as I love the Gunners, I don't want to be North London. Of course, you can update that stuff. You can change the names. There's lots of websites and FAQs out there for you to check out how to do so. Let's stick it up to amateur, beginner, ranger, regular, professional,
top player. Oh, superstar is like legendary, I guess.
Yeah, let's do it on pro and see. I feel like the AI in this game isn't smashing, so maybe we'll stick it on top player. And apologies if I don't score, because I've been playing a lot of FIFA and my palette's a little bit messed up. There's a couple of real stadiums in here, a couple of fake ones as well. San Siro's in here. I believe Old Trafford is as well. So let's just do that for the sake.
I like it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do 5 minutes against the AI and 5 minutes against you, your beautiful self.
I wish I had an English accent because then I could like commentate. Who are the big commentators that do the EPL games?
Well, what's interesting in this one is they've got Jim Beglin, who went to the same school as me in Waterford in Ireland, and Peter Drury as well. So it's kind of like the ITV crowd, I think. So you wouldn't necessarily hear this stuff in North America, but they're familiar voices to me. Same school John O'Shea went to as well.
Yeah, you remember you told me about that.
He was 6 years ahead of me, I think. Yeah. Presentation's pretty good. This is the Fox engine it's running in. The animation's really good. The detail on the faces is I think it's better than
who's that guy,
FIFA's.
Di Maria?
His crazy eyes. Yeah, they've I feel like the presentation's pretty solid overall. There's Rooney with his new hair. For the sake of
fake hair.
For the sake of time, I'm going to pass on watching Real Madrid. All right, and try and get to grips with this again. So, Pro Evolution. I'm surprised at how much it reminds me of FIFA. I feel like everything down to like the camera angles has a more of, I guess,
They used
modern.
to be so different, right? I mean, you could feel the difference between them.
Yeah, the sort of the really like lame blanket difference that I used to always say was that Pro Evolution, it was harder to get in front of the goal, but once you did, you had a higher chance of scoring. Whereas in FIFA, getting in front of the goal, getting in a shot-taking position wasn't that difficult, but you generally had to like kind of work a little bit harder to get the finishing
That's
shot.
sort of how I always described it to my friends who weren't familiar with PES. PES was in the back, back in the day when it was winning 11 was more so for purists, where FIFA was more arcadey.
Yeah.
But I think recently FIFA's done much better in becoming more purist and maybe. Oh boy.
And there already I've conceded a goal. See, the problem is I've spent quite a lot of time playing FIFA today, and you definitely need to be a little bit more cautious with your play. So one of the sort of gripes I have, maybe we didn't see it here because that was definitely my fault, is that the AI in this seems a little bit overly aggressive, I'll say, to the point where they make silly decisions in the back, and also their strikers are hungry in a way that like it's almost like they're playing five-a-side. I've been chased down, like you get chased down with the ball basically everywhere on this pitch, which seems,
So they're constantly like pressing.
Yeah, watch this. So look, got the ball in the middle of the field. Like, all right, fair enough. All right, pass it. Okay, yep. Like, I'm gonna go over here. Give me a bit of time to think about it. Like, no, we got this guy coming in. I'm gonna have to. So it's kind of.
Yeah, they press you. They don't play any zone. Like, they don't kind of play a maintain, and just keep the ball in front of them strategy. It's they press you like Barcelona.
Yeah, and so the weird thing is that it's a case of like getting used to what game you're playing. But here, I want to score a goal. I want to score a goal. Oh, god damn it! Come on, Gareth Bale. You
would have expected the Welshman.
I know, yeah. He's taller than everyone else on the pitch. Added up. But what it's basically doing is encouraging you to be super pass heavy. So like there's a lot of tiki-taka, and much less so than FIFA. You can like pass the ball around like no one's business in the game.
What's the arrow when you're doing moves? You know how the arrow shows up around the player?
Yeah, this little dude. I think that's for manual here. Let me just.
Is that for manual skills?
I've had a little bit of trouble sort of getting the player movement stuff to work, which is why I've not really dove into that guy. But when I'm tapping around, like, everything always goes to feet. So, which is fine, but I guess it would at this level as well, but it sort of encourages you to play a different style of soccer, I feel. I'm going to put this over the top. Try and get past it. Oh, that was a cross.
That was a great ball.
That was a cross.
Have you taken a look in the settings to see, because I know in FIFA you can do auto assist passing, then you can go, and if you go manual, it's really hard, right? Maybe it's the same.
Which is what I tend to do around the sort of post-Christmas time of these games, is to really crank up the difficulty a bit. And that's kind of the thing, right, about all these games, about Pro Evo and FIFA, is that so much of this beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Some people, like, there's a reason why PES fans are super into PES, and there's a reason why FIFA fans are super into FIFA, and it's because, like, these games are different in terms of, like, inches and not miles. And those inches make the type of experience you're playing. And I think more crucially, challenging yourself to play the other one is more difficult because of that. So what I think is interesting about this year's Pro Evo is that I don't necessarily think it's wonderfully brilliant, but what I feel is that it does enough similar to FIFA to encourage people to go over while still retaining its own sense of identity. So I think that's why it's gotten like a lot of critics excited about it, because it's not just this weird music, weird UI, like kind of hyper, it's realistic in some ways and very arcadey in terms of like, everything else, in terms of the pace of the game, in terms of the passing. Like I feel like it's kind of doing enough to allow you to get, here we go. Oh.
Wow. Who knew he had the right foot?
I also love the commentary. I think it's super solid. And for me saying that like it's the type of game where if you get in the box you'll score, and then I haven't scored in 3 times getting in the box is probably not the best.
We had the same problem last week.
We did. This is the way of demoing games on live streams or on gameplay clips. So the thing is, we're both Pro Evo fans. Like we both play with Pro Evo controls in FIFA. We're both like winning 11 for you and like the heyday of like Pro Evo, like 4 or 5. Oh god. Like quality games. But there's no denying that FIFA has really been dominant, and not because of the licenses like they always used to lean on. They've just made some really fantastic
quality
football games.
Yeah.
So what is it that, like, I'm really enjoying this one. I play them both every year, but this one to me is like, It's the closest I've gotten to wanting to swap over, but I'm not really sure if it's gotten me to swap yet.
Wow,
Yes!
there you go, Ronaldo.
Do what Gareth Bale couldn't.
Is he gonna do his
sick
trademark
animations.
celebration? Yes. Did you see Odo Beckman Jr. on New York Giants wide receiver?
Oh, he did that?
Scored a touchdown and did that.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Paid homage to Ronaldo. Yeah.
Wow. Did he have his own branded underwear when he did it?
No, probably not.
So sorry, to that point, like what would it take for you to transfer over, or for you to give it a go? Like, is there something about this year's PES that's making you feel a bit more interested?
The one thing that would make me go is if my friends started playing it.
Right.
You know, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day is I get most of my enjoyment from FIFA playing online with friends, and all of my friends play FIFA. So I'm not going to switch, at least in terms of playing online. I could maybe switch and play single player, you know, they have the licenses for Champions League, which is great, and FIFA lacks that. So that sort of thing would interest me. But until my friends switch, and I think that's the thing for most people, you're going to stick with the game that your friends are on, right? Same with consoles, right? If you're going to get a PS4 or an Xbox One, depending on what your friends have. So it's tricky, you know?
Like, habit is a really difficult thing to break out of.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of
Absolutely.
especially with games like this where the differences are so granular, like that's where the devil is in the detail with it. And this is definitely, like, I think like finding the right difficulty is like crucial to this as well, because I've certainly had games in this where it's been just way too easy. Like the opening game I played, I completely trounced Barcelona, which should never happen, like 5-1 or something. I scored a goal, I put it up on my YouTube channel, I scored a goal, like a screamer from outside the box on the volley, like it was just preposterous. But the more you play, and I think this is very much in our FIFA review as well, the more you play these games, the more you find your like the difficulty level that sort of speaks to you a little bit, you know?
Yeah. If you're coming from only ever playing FIFA into winning 11, you probably won't like it.
Yeah, you might say it's too easy, you might say it's too hard. Like something, it's very much a case of, you have to hit the button again.
There we go.
Of finding giving it a bit of time, you know?
Oop, I guess I can.
Yeah, just hit that guess thing.
All right.
Perfect. All right, you be United.
Of course.
And this is the other aspect, is that like some people play the AI, some people play online with their buddies, some people only play local two-player. Like I think most of the time, if I was to go back and like think of my time with Pro Evo 4 and stuff, it was probably playing my mates like 90% of the time. And now I'm freaked out by the concept of you've never played this PES, right?
No. Well, I played it briefly last year with you, right? But I keep making the mistake of thinking R2. Oh, there we go.
This will see a free kick.
Come on, Wayne Rooney. Are you controlling the keeper right now?
No, I'm controlling this wall of gentlemen holding their gentlemen's areas. Oh! Ooh, that's pretty solid.
Rooney, it's close.
You almost scored a free kick with him in the game last week as well.
Yeah, and I keep thinking I'm going to blow it over because in FIFA, when you go full power, it goes out of the stadium. But in this, it all depends on where you're aiming the accuracy meter, and then you can go as full power as you want, and it seems to not really affect where...
At least at this level, like it's probably different if you're playing a Scunthorpe or somebody.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, now I'm less interested in talking about the pros and cons of this game and more interested in beating you in this video. There's demos for both these games as well. I know there's definitely a demo for Pro Evo. I would encourage anyone who's a fan of the series or not to give it a go, because
yeah, you certainly have nothing to lose, right? It's a free demo.
Yeah, and it's worth like challenging yourself to play a different type of game. I think it's exciting for footy fans to have sugar.
Oh, that was a terrible ball.
To have an option again. I think it would be terrible if Konami had decided to stop making these games as well, because obviously they've sort of bowed out of AAA development a bit in terms of Metal Gear Solid, and they're going to start making mobile games around everything else. And PES sells well for them. It sells well in Japan. It sells well in
Europe,
mainland Europe, which is why they lean so heavily into Eredivisie and La Liga and the Champions League stuff. So
we recently wrote something on GameSpot about Konami coming out and saying that they expected to be competing directly or passing FIFA in the next year or two. So they seem to be quite confident in the changes they're making.
And I think like last year's game was very much, like I enjoyed last year's game because it felt different to a bunch of Pro Evos that came before, and as somebody in the games press, I think change is always something that's interesting to me. Oh, here we go.
Oh no. Oh yeah, that was a great goal. It was a great goal.
Should get a new goalie, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, he is not a real starting keeper, all right?
He's not.
We have the other Spaniard.
I know. So where is he in limbo at the moment? Because he's not playing for either of these.
Hey, Ronaldo would not celebrate against his old squad, would he?
He wouldn't hug other people either. He'd soak it all up himself.
Yeah, of course, naturally.
Casillas. Let's see that again, shall we?
This is a good one-time volley.
Not as good as the one I scored that's on YouTube, but I'll take it. And my favorite thing as well is you always remember you're playing a Pro Ev game when you hit start and it automatically gives you a replay.
Oh yeah.
No matter what. It's like that just reminds me of being in like university so much. Those heydays. All right, 2-1. I believe in you, Eric.
I don't know if I believe in myself right now. I'm gonna feel way better when we give FIFA a go.
Oh.
But oh no, God, Bale's
Here we
wide
go.
open.
Here we go. I'm having a great time with Pro Ev. I don't know what you're saying. Bam! Oh, Gareth, with your stupid ponytail.
See, how do you finesse in this game? Because I remember I asked you last week if you figured out how to finesse in this.
Oh man, give me a sec. It's one of these things where it's not.
God.
Oh no, what's going on? Because this is just another let off for the beekeeper. Victor, what's going on? Yeah, it's one of these. It's like if you asked me where the letter T is on a keyboard, I just need to because
You
for
just
instance,
do it right now.
Yeah, well, the run button is different as well. So
I'm so. There's just a few things that I haven't quite got used to that I'm sort of defaulting to based on my experience with FIFA. But for the most part, you are right there. Identical in terms of control.
Yeah, run button's slightly different. There's a new button in FIFA this year which basically gives you like a crazy drilled ball, which is here we go. Almost. But what is your opinion of how it plays? Like, what is? Oh, Jesus Christ! No way! I don't believe it. Oh my God!
All right, a gimme for a gimme.
All right, I'm gonna skip this. I don't need to see this.
Wait, look at this. Ronaldo scores against his own club. Di Maria scores against his own club.
It just shows you the transient nature of football across the ball. Oh. Terrible. All right. You have to skip this, by the way.
I gotta skip it. Okay.
I don't know if you want to.
No, I want to upload that to my Facebook profile.
But yeah, how is it feeling to you as somebody who, like a lot of people on GameSpot are old Pro Ev fans who've been sort of stuck with FIFA for the past couple of years?
Definitely feels different than it has in the past. It feels more similar to what I'm used to in terms of FIFA's controls, which I like because I have enjoyed FIFA's controls. Again, it depends on where my friends go, and I don't see them switching over. So at the end of the day, I'm probably going to end up getting FIFA again. But it's good to see that they're making strides in changing the mechanics a bit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it depends as well on, it's really crazy. I remember talking to the folks at Konami about this at E3, how, certain people, and this happens actually across the board with sports games, happens with racing games a lot, where certain people love certain modes, and they'll actually only play that mode. Like for me, I actually play exhibition games a lot. Like I used to do career mode a lot in footy games. I don't really have the time to do anymore, so now I kind of just
hop in, hop out.
Yeah, very much so. And I'll hop in and I'll end up playing for 2 hours. But that's for whatever reason that's what I do. So for some people, Master League is it's Master League or nothing. For some people, it's needing the real licenses because all they do is the Premier League. So I feel like a lot of that, people are so specific about how they play. That was a good shot. How they play their football games that you don't tend to have that many, you'll have fans of particular series that don't really change very much.
The thing that seems to always grab people in FIFA is the Ultimate Team. That's the thing that people go crazy over, right?
Which is probably why the whole, My Club stuff is in here as well. Okay, here we go. We got 10 minutes left.
All right.
I feel we're gonna do this again. Here we go. Hit it, you bum! Oh, I've had times where I've put balls over the top and they've frustratingly gone for a header when they really should have just waited for it to drop down. So that I've had sort of little AI quibbles with this Pro Ev, I'll say. I've also had it with the goalkeepers. For some, I feel like it was always the case that you could kind of score a little bit easier in Pro Ev, but I feel like this year the goalies kind of do some real dumb stuff sometimes, and the defenders as well, because they're so eager to get the ball off you. Oh my God! Oh, that finesse was beautiful. That deserved a goal. Look at this little thing.
What happened, Ramos?
Super jinking run.
I didn't know Rooney could move like this anymore.
Woo! Yeah.
Right.
Back in the day when he was looking up grannies on the internet. A spry young man.
Just go Google that.
Get rid of
anyone watching this.
Here we go, here we go. This is it. Last minute. Last minute winner. The old wonder through ball. Here we go, here we go.
Come on, Valencia.
Ronaldo has it against Stoke Club.
Oh, no.
Jicks on the inside, shoots! Oh, great commentary as well. Peter Drury. Give me the ball.
Wait, where's the foul?
No. Oh, actually, and I will say that bizarrely in some, like, okay, not the case here, but I've had some referees who have been really weird about not calling fouls.
Even
like
the most obvious ones?
Horrific fouls, and they just don't. Which, especially in European football, I find to be quite unrealistic because, you know, that's, you know, European refs tend to be a bit more sensitive. But I think that's probably, again, them trying to speak to the pace of Pro Evolution Soccer, and it's definitely a faster, more, you know, less. There's less time to sit back and relax in this, definitely, when you compare it to other foot sock games. Oh God, you're not gonna score in the last minute, are you? Oh no.
Depay, come on.
No! Oh, what a
come
save!
on.
All right, we'll put it in the corner and play it out. Is that it, almost? We're gonna go down for a draw, are we? Boom! Up the pitch, Larrup it up.
Wait, what is Larrup?
Larrup, hit it hard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I might get a breakaway here. No, that's it. All right. Real Madrid 2, Man United 2. Pro Evolution Soccer 2016, 9 out of 10. The review's up on GameSpot. If you like this one, make sure you tell us in the comments what you think of this year's Pro Ev. And of course, make sure you check the other GameSpot plays of FIFA 16, which will be up right now on GameSpot and YouTube at the same time. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you for not letting me win.
A smashing match.
Son of a bitch. We'll see you guys on the next video. And for all updates on FIFA and Pro Evolution, stay tuned to GameSpot.com.